Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine standing in the middle of a Roman marketplace. Marble columns around you, the air thick with the smell of olives and dust. You hear it, the sharp musical clink of silver coins changing hands. For Romans, that sound meant trust. The denarius, small, shining, heavy, was more than money. It was the rhythm of life itself. It paid soldiers, fed families, and built empires. Every coin carried the emperor's face, his promise stamped in metal. This has value, because Rome has value. But what happens when that promise breaks? When the sound of silver turns hollow? Literally? The fall of Rome didn't begin with swords or fire. It began with silence. The silence of trust disappearing, coin by coin. The Roman Empire wasn't just built on conquest. It was built on credit. Behind every legion there was a ledger. Behind every temple a taxpayer. Taxes flowed to Rome, gold from Egypt, grain from Africa, silver from Spain. The empire ran like a machine, and the denarius was its oil. A Roman soldier's loyalty was measured not in glory, but in pay. As long as the money came on time, so did obedience. But running the world is expensive. Roads, aqueducts, and wars. Everything needed silver, and silver, like trust, is a finite thing. Then came the shortcut. Instead of finding more silver, emperors decided to simply use less. It started small. A few percent here, a few grams there. No one noticed at first. But coins don't lie. Under Augustus, the denarius was 95% silver. By Nero's time, 85%. By Caracalla, about 50%. And by the mid-3rd century, under Gallienus, less than 5%. The coin still looked the same. The emperor's face still shone proudly. But beneath the silver wash was bronze, worthless metal pretending to be wealth. And the people could feel it. The weight was different. The ring was dull. Confidence cracked. In the bustling streets of Rome, prices began to whisper before they screamed. A loaf of bread that once cost a single coin now cost 10, then 20. A farmer from Hispania carried sacks of grain to market. But no one could pay him in coins worth anything. He left his crops to rot rather than trade them for metal lies. A soldier, once proud, now found his pay useless. He could not feed his family, so he took what he needed, by force. Merchants hoarded, cities shrank, trade collapsed. And somewhere in the noise of chaos, the Roman economy, one of the greatest in history, quietly died. Desperate times call for control. Emperor Diocletian, seeing chaos rise, decided to command the economy itself. He issued the edict on maximum prices, fixing the cost of over 1,000 goods and wages. Violators faced death. But laws cannot create value. Merchants hid their goods. Farmers stopped selling. The black market exploded. The empire of silver had become an empire of fear. You could kill a man for breaking the law, but not for losing faith in money. By the year 270, the Roman map looked like a cracked mirror. Barbarian invasions, civil wars, plagues. But behind every battle was a bankrupt treasury. Gold fled to the east. Trade routes vanished. The once mighty city of Rome could not feed itself. Armies turned on emperors for unpaid wages. In 50 years, more than 20 emperors were killed. The empire had become too big to fund, too weak to fix. And all because it forgot one rule. You cannot cheat value. Germany, 1923. A wheelbarrow of marks for a loaf of bread. Zimbabwe, 2008. Billion-dollar bills scattered like confetti. Venezuela, 2019. Shelves empty. Faith gone. Each empire thought it was different. Each believed it could print trust. And each paid the same price. The tools changed. Coins became paper. Paper became digits. But the story didn't. Money is memory. And when memory fades, nations forget what value means. So what does Rome teach us? That empires don't fall because of invaders. They fall because of illusions. When money becomes a story we stop believing, collapse is only a matter of time. The Romans thought they could outsmart scarcity. We think we can outsmart debt. Different tools, same delusion. Real value isn't in coins or paper. It's in trust, discipline, and creation. When those fade, every empire, ancient or modern, walks the same path. History doesn't repeat, but it never forgets. And if we don't listen, it will teach the same lesson again, one coin at a time.